And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between NFC North rivals. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears. Next on Madden NFL 25.
So much NFL history has come from within the walls of Soldier Field here in Chicago. And we're happy to return to it once again in its final chapters as an NFL stadium. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And we're underway from Soldier Field. Ty Chandler to return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And we'll get a look at their signal caller playing in his 7th season.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
They get 22 on that one. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on a broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Pass is caught by Addison. And they bring him down around the 34. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10. Here's Jones. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
2nd down carry for Jones. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. No gain on 2nd down, and they need 2 here on 3rd.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Darnold looking to throw. That's caught in stride by Addison. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
Hands it to the receiver here in motion. Oh, look at this sweep. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense, well, it kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap, they're going to throw. Hauled in left side. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine, because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Cut near the goal line. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. Jones. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
There's just no question about it. He has the license to adapt a little bit, to diagnose plays because they trust his instincts. And there, well, it was all on display. Expert-level diagnosis going on to see a potential run and get in position to stop it behind the line.
Third down from the gun. This one's caught. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
I'll tell you, that is a humbling moment to see a completed third down pass actually go backwards instead of towards the sticks.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. Smith able to put it through. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Has this at the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked 1st overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Caleb was one of the most hyped prospects ever out of college football, and I'm not speaking out of turn or any hyperbole there. It's why he was the #1 pick. And you put on his highlight reel, Kate, you can put that highlight reel against anybody the last 50 years. The way that he creates and extends plays, the ways that he can run and still sling it totally off platform and off balance all over the field. He also does it with a flair, an eccentricity that is unique and really not common coming into the league as well. A superstar in the making.
Williams on the play action. Caught along the left sideline, but he did not get both feet in. That's incomplete, brings up 3rd down.
That was simply a case of not enough time available to let that play develop. That throw was out so quick, and he wasn't able to reel it in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Running behind center with Swift, and he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Okay, you know me, I can't resist. I thought we might have needed the old Gene Steratore index card down there. Make it a really close measurement to see if he got the 1st down or not. But in the end, well, the right call was made. He got just enough to move the chains.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Going to run again with Swift. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Off the play fake, Williams. Flushed out of the pocket. Look at all this time. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the shotgun to give to Swift. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Jonathan Bullard with a stop. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite out of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Williams to throw on 3rd. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that leaves them with 4th and 5. Man, that was a chain mover if he would have held on, Brock, but the contact just too much to do so.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed in himself because you've got to make these contested catches, but I do give a lot of credit. An outstanding effort defensively to force that ball out. A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. It's Brandon Powell with the return. Man, he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now for the second time this game, we get a look at this Vikings offense. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. Play action on first down. He rolls to his right. He's on the move. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. Hit made by T.J. Edwards.
Just not much to do right there, whether he wanted to run it or throw it. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win for this defense.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 29. Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it again. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Jones once more. Gets to space right side. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
First down from the red zone. He brings it in. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty even match in this first half, and you're just kind of waiting, right? You just kind of try to get a feel for which defense is going to come to life. And when you get that sack, that could go a long way to infusing some energy on that side of the ball.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Darnold. And he takes it in for the Minnesota touchdown. The Vikings break the tie here in the first. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even in early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Vikings break that tie and now lead by 7. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Tyler Scott now to return it. He's got a lane up past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Bears offense out there for their second drive of the contest. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Second down now, 7 to go. Staying grounded with Swift. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
And the Vikings add an extra defensive back for this third down. Throwing now off play action. Really fired that one, but they couldn't connect. First time this game they've looked to him. So that brings up 4th and long.
That's a very quick trigger, and the hurried throw was much tougher to complete. He may have rushed that one thinking the pressure was just about to get to him in the pocket.
On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. And this one is away, and he got all of it and then some. The Minnesota offense ready to set up shop again. And the last time they had it, they ran it down the field on him. I'd expect some better resistance up front if they try that again. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 23. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. He has the first over the middle. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Throwing here, Darnold. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Jalen Johnson with the stop.
It takes a certain level of fearlessness, craziness to work over the middle of the field in this league. You're fighting through guys as you go, and all the while you know you could take a lick at any time.
3rd and 6 for them to figure out now. Throwing with a blitz on the way. Jones reels it in. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. He put too much juice into that one. It lands in the end zone. We're bringing things out to the 20-yard line. Here come the Bears, back out on offense. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Here's Swift to start the drive. They'll have him gain about a handful there. Harrison Smith in on the stop. Halfway there on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Williams. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's a Chicago first down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
They run the counter with Swift. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Running with Swift out of the gun. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
These two NFC North teams have played one so far. Neither side separating much so far. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They'll have it 3rd and 3. Out of the pistol, Williams. Complete beyond the marker. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bears first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
First down, Williams. Catch made by Allen. He's forward, gets a couple of yards. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
3rd down, here's Williams. Stays in the pocket, and he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. Brandon Powell on the return for the Vikings. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. Now this is out of bounds, and what a beauty. He coffin cornered it well. They're going to mark it at the 2-yard line. The Vikings and Aaron Jones headed back out there on offense. And they'll have to go just about every bit of 100 yards to reach the end zone. That punt sets them up at their own 2. Flushed out of the pocket. Now he takes it. And he protects himself with a slide there after a decent gain.
He made something out of that play for them. Everyone's so concerned with defending the pass, they didn't quite keep tabs on what he was doing as a QB, and it gave him just enough room to run.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. To throw, here's Darnold. He's got him, that's Addison. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line. That one gains 7. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing now from the gun. Short pass brought in. And it'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. From the gun, Jones gets it. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. That's a short gain of 1. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Going to the ground again on first. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Hit made by TJ Edwards. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Staying on the ground with Jones. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Able to find Hawkinson. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. Running right, this is Jones. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
They steal the frequency on those opposing headsets. Somebody reading lips or steal a signal from the opposing sideline, Kate, because somehow this defense knew what was coming. They broke on that screen. It was incredible. What a stop.
Third and long for him here. Hawkinson reels it in. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
Minnesota lined up in punt formation. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. And that one comes down at the 2 before bouncing into the end zone for a touchback. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. First down, here's Swift. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Second down now, 7 to go. Working from the gun, Williams. Finds his target, Allen. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
There's no routes on the old proverbial route tree, Kate, that takes more trust than throwing an out route. You're throwing it to a spot and believing your guy can get there.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Off the play fake, Williams. Bails out of the pocket quick. He's running for it. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that play good enough for a first. It's a pickup of 9 yards. And that's a Chicago first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Swift gets it on the option. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That's Harrison Phillips there for the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Williams on the play action. It's taken in by Roma Dunze. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Bears first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
A give right side for Swift. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They go play action here. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And that's good for a gain of 5. That was Stephon Gilmore stopping that play.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
On 3rd down, here's Swift. And good tackle, but a flag is down, likely against the defense. Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach. This drive just keeps on moving. After the penalty, resets that marker. They'll run here following the penalty. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Here's Swift on 2nd down. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
3rd and just 2 to go. They're going play action. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Harrison Smith with the INT. And the Vikings will gain possession up beyond their own 20 after a nice return. Well, they were thinking at least a field goal on the drive if they couldn't reach the end zone, right? But the interception keeps them from even getting 3 out of this possession.
You really hope at the end of this game you don't look back and go, shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah.
If we could have gotten some points out of that drive early, we wouldn't be in the situation we are in now.
Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They give to Jones, right side. Juke the defender. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
This one's to Hawkinson outright. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Jalen Johnson with the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. Now a give up the middle to Jones. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable third down, but instead they move the chains, and that is one disheartening look on that defense.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Jones once more. And he's going to have this one down to the 43 on a good run. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 43. Rolling out to his left. Ooh, look at this. Here he goes. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
First and 10. Here's Jones. He's got a gain of 6 there. Hit made by T.J. Edwards. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Second down carry for Jones. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down.
So close to a big loss of yards for those guys up front. 1 second sooner, and they got to tackle behind the line. But a stop to celebrate nonetheless.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. It's the Vikings looking at 3rd and 4. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Not the biggest gain, but exactly what they needed. Just get the first down and keep this drive rolling.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. Pass is caught by Addison. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them 1st and goal.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Darnold looking to throw. Able to find Jones. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. The loss sets him up at the 9-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. Here's Darnold. He's got it. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. So now, here's 3rd and goal. Darnold. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. This is going to be a 31-yarder from the right hash. Smith able to put it through. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. The Bears going back on offense just before halftime. Not a whole lot of time left for them to put something together here before the break. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he gets a few on the plunge forward. So at the end of 2, the Vikings playing Road Warriors here. They've got the lead. Now we'll send you south to Orlando for a check-in around the league via Jonathan Coachman and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got for us?
All right, Kate, sit tight. We'll get back to you and Brock in just a moment. But for now, this is our Halftime Report. These 2 teams heading out of the tunnel, and we're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our 3rd quarter. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Scott now to return. And this drive will start inside the 25. The Chicago offense with the football first to begin quarter number 3. They're down 10 as they take over. We've got a 13-3 ball game. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. They get an even 10 on that play. And that's a Chicago first down.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
First down, and they go right back to him. And his charge towards the line, that's right around 3 yards. Second down now, 7 to go. From the 37. Has his man, it's a Dunze. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Bears first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
That's a pretty good stop on first down. This defense now gets a chance to dictate, and that's what all the great defenses want to do, Kate. They want to dictate it on their terms and not just be reacting to what the offense is always doing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Going run again with Swift. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A couple yards on the run. It's 3rd and 6 now. Out of the pistol, Williams. His pass caught by Allen. And he's out of bounds after getting this one to the opposing 45-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. But that's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
They'll send out the punting unit. Torrey Taylor will kick this away. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And this one's out of the side of the end zone. Was trying to get that precise aim, but he was off the mark. It's going to be a touchback. The Vikings and Sam Darnold heading out for their next shot on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Escapes the pocket. He tucks it and takes off. Gets out of harm's way after stringing together some nice yards on that run.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
To the air, 3rd and long. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. This is Jones. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Staying on the ground with Jones. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that 1st down.
When you don't have great success on 1st down, Kate, it's a little bit like a hitter in baseball falling behind in the count. And all you want to do as a hitter is get back to a fighting chance. Give yourself a better count. That play, well, it does the same here. Now a much more manageable and opportune 3rd down situation.
3rd down, here's Jones. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. This time it's a passing play. He's on the move. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
Tick, tick, tick. Tick-tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
2nd and 3 now. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Darnold now to throw. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And he gets him around 6 there. Sent to the ground by Kyler Gordon.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Straight ahead they go with Jones. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. This is Jones on the handoff. And he gets it down to the 13-yard line. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Throwing here, Darnold. And they score! It's a Minnesota touchdown! The Vikings push their lead further to start the half. Jordan Addison, the touchdown. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Reichert on for the point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Vikings take a 3-possession lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Chicago getting set to take the field now. They're running out of time to get this game into a more manageable spot, Brock. We've got a 3-score deficit, and we're in quarter number 3. First down, here's Swift. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. That tackle made by Blake Cashman. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9. Staying grounded with Swift. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Working the sideline, that's Odunze. Give him 24 on that play. And that's a Chicago first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Running behind center with Swift. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Now it's a bootleg for him. Allen on the catch. And he's able to get this down to the 13. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation could create the big play down the field.
They'll run now with Swift. And he runs it inside the 10 to the 9. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They run with Swift. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, Williams. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Carney's kick is good. And the gap closes to 14 points.
Well, that's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Powell now to return. And look at this return. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. The Vikings and this running back headed back out for a new series. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
1st and 10 from the 41. Throwing now off play action. He goes back to him yet again. Complete. And he's taken down directly on that 43-yard line. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Now a give up the middle to Jones. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
2nd and 8. He's got him. That's Addison. And they get this down to the 28. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jones gets it. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Second down now, 7 to go. Jones once more. This is ahead for about 5. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Now a give to Jones. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there, but he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
It's Jones on the toss. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
2nd down carry for Jones. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. There's 5 on that play. They need 5 more now on 3rd down.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like they got the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you could win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you get runs of that length. It may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
Escapes the puck, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the defense is energized following that stick for a loss.
Well, partner, I think this defense had enough. This QB has been getting out of the pocket and doing damage with his legs, but not this time. Great pursuit, great effort, and they're able to wrap him up for the sack.
So the Vikings will try a field goal on 4th down. Will Reichert headed out. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Smith able to put it through. And that makes this a 3-score game.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Here's Swift to start the drive. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Williams from the gun. That's going to be caught by Carter. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Williams on the play action. Caught, nice gain left side. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. To throw, Williams. Escapes out, and this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. And that's nearly intercepted, but couldn't hang on. Just a harmless incompletion. It's 3rd down.
Gosh, you could just almost feel his eyes up here, Kate, getting huge, right? He was envisioning the return, and he simply dropped it. Got to secure that pick before you think of anything else.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Williams to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on fourth. Now here's Williams. Taking his shot. Deep down the field it goes. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
Sometimes a quarterback gets so focused on coverage down the field, you lose sight of those linemen right in front of you. On that occasion, he throws it right to the D lineman. Easy to get the paw up and swat away a potential first down.
So good field position to start with for the Vikings this drive, 1st and 10. Here's a give to Jones. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry.
I've talked to running backs over the years, Kate, in the transition from the college game to the pro game. They'll tell you, there's just times in the NFL you got to run into darkness. You run into a lot of bodies. Perfect example of that on the first down play.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Here's Jones. And he hit a seam and got it to the opposing 44. That's going to go down as a gain of 7. Now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Going with Jones on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
Only need the length of the football. It's 4th and inches. Throwing now, needing a first. He finds him beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Oh, I love 4th downs. It just brings out the very best, and you get to see how you handle the most pressure, and it turns out, well, they handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. On the carry, this is Jones. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Staying on the ground with Jones. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2. He gets it out left, and it's caught. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. Well, a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That one goes for 25 yards. And that gives them 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. They'll run here with Jones. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's 2nd and goal from the 1. Here's Darnold. He's on the... And they score! It's a Minnesota touchdown! The Vikings put up even more points in a win. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise, and in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down, and when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
One after try good by Reichard. And the Vikings make it a 24-point ball game. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Scott now to return. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. The Bears and DeAndre Swift set for their next drive. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. Williams to throw on first. Has his man, it's Swift. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. To throw is Williams. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They'll take that kind of passing from the rookie out of USC. He gets him the first.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First down throw by Williams. Finds his target, Allen. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And the hit stops him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
On 3rd down, here's Swift. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. He gets 6 on that play, and that's good for a Bears 1st down.
Ask for a little bit more on that one. Ask that running back to come up with more than he's used to on 3rd down, and he made it look like just another day at the office. I wouldn't expect every conversion to go as smoothly, but he sure made that one look routine.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Completed here to Komet. And he's brought down after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Vikings defense countering with a nickel look. Third down coming. Shotgun snap. They're going to throw. And he has the Chicago touchdown. The Bears putting up points in a game decided. It's a Roma Dudes a touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
Bears offense, look at this. They haven't moved. They're going for 2. They'll try it on the ground. And he's in for 2, so don't write him off just yet. I know the chances are slim, but still a small one in this 2-possession game. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Powell now to return. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Vikings offense back to the field now. And taking a look at these highlights, Brock, just a reminder of the type of game that they have had throwing the football. It really has been the key to their success.
Yeah, they've just not only stayed on schedule here, Kate. Man, they've made some music, right? Great rhythm.
Yeah.
Not just ahead of schedule, but huge plays have followed. We've seen a lot of different looks and wrinkles throughout this performance, and it's been a joy to watch.
1st and 10. Here's Jones. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
New set of downs is not off to a real good start here, Kate. And I know every yard counts in this league, but that lone yard, it's not going to really change what they're thinking about doing here on 2nd down.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, a give to Jones. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a third of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up. Here's Darnold to throw. Has the connection to Jones. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's going to give the Vikings the 1st down.
This dude's just simply got a nose for the marker no matter how they get him the ball, Kate. Hand it to him, and he sniffs out that 1st down. Get it to him on a screen, and it's no different. He surges ahead and keeps this drive moving.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Off the play fake, he'll throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Another try following the sack. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Darnold looking to throw. Passing struggles bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one.
So many coaches love 3rd downs, and they practice them so much, Kate. Why? because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game already out of hand, coaches know, got to execute and convert on these third downs.
The Vikings getting their punt team out. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60 plus. And not his best punt here. He drives it several yards into the end zone. That's going to lead to a touchback. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Allen there to haul it in. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Off the play fake, Williams. Flushed out of the pocket. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back, 3rd down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Escapes the pocket. Oh, he's going to run for it. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the 1st down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Offense up to the line fast. 1st down, Williams. Fits it through the middle. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
Working quickly here. Williams from the gun. He's on the move. He can run it.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Offense in the hurry up here. From the 16. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Chicago. So now the Bears getting set. Big moment coming as they go for 2. They'll try to run it in. And he'll get into the end zone and make this a 1-score game in the 4th quarter. Okay, partner, in that spot, you know you got to go for it there. Make it a 1-score game. How do you come up with a call that works when that defense knows from the start of things that you're going for 2?
Because, Kate, we're talking about practice. Yeah, we're talking about practice. You actually practice those plays, and you come up typically with 2 or 3 2-point conversion plays every single week. You practice them, you rep them, so when it's called like that, you're ready for the moment.
All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. Chandler now on the return. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. Now we get another stoppage here, just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Jones once more. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, Jones gets it. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. The Bears going to use their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Now we'll give up the middle to Jones. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll bring up a Minnesota 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
The Vikings into victory formation here as they take a knee.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
A kneel down here, and they can start to celebrate this win. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
After one final kneel down, partner, and this should do it. So the Vikings pick up the win on the road. This is the type of game everyone was hoping they'd see when they entered this stadium, Brock, you and I included. A close one that went all the way down to the final whistle.
And Kate, this is one of the bigger adjustments a college player has to make to the NFL. In college, you get a lot of blowouts. The NFL, every game you get calloused because you know more often than not they'll be like this, a one-possession game that's not about how you start. It's all about how you finish.
With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Vikings emerge as winners as we say so long from Chicago.